It is Hilo week, and that means hula takes center stage, but so too do all the business owners and vendors who flock to Hawaii Island for the annual Merry Monarch Festival.
Yeah, this morning we welcome in some familiar faces to help us highlight the biggest Hawaiian cultural event of the year. You can see it right now. Davey D and Lina Girl, hosts of our very own Island Life Live. Guys, how's it going over there in Hilo?
All right. Oh, Mike Ka'i.
Yes, it's very Mike Ka'i.
Tanya and Reed, thank you guys so much for welcoming us back to the GMH Ohana. And we have what, many of us regard as royalty in our presence right now. Kumu Kawaikapu Hewett. Aloha e Kumu.
Aloha kakahiaka. Aloha mai.
How's your experience? Well, first of all, we just got to point out, like Lina Girl and I wear our pearl, our Tahitian pearls. We said
we each have one.
We wear our nice pearls, and then Kumu comes with two beautiful leis. Where did you get these from?
Kumu aswai.
Yeah, that's a T-shirt. We definitely should be making T-shirts.
These actually came from Tahiti on a trip that I made a long time ago.
Oh my goodness. Oh, and I love that you have so much history, not just with your Tahitian pearls, but also with the Merry Monarch. And you've been here since, we're looking at 62 years, yes?
Yes, a long time. I came as a chanter at that time for Mary Ke'ola Laulani Wong. I came, and she is the mother, of course, of Aloha Deliri,
Yes.
and the grandmother of Kapua and Ke'ola and Kau'i. So I came with her back then, and then from that time, Uncle George Naope made me be a member of the Royal Court. So for many, many years while Uncle George was alive, I was on the Royal Court.
Wow. So we have a lot of history, as you mentioned, again, at the 62nd Annual Merry Monarch Festival here in Hilo. And I just wanted to ask you, tonight is, of course, you just mentioned Auntie Aloha. She was the very first Miss Hula in the competition. They named it after her in subsequent years. What are we most looking forward to, Kumu? What should we be watching tonight with the Miss Aloha competition?
So the word I'd like to share is no'eau, and no'eau is skill. And you want to watch because these are solo performances by some of the most beautiful dancers that are going to be representing their hula school or their halau. No'eau is the skill of the dancer, but also the skill of the teacher. And of course the lineage, the teacher's teachers. We will see all of that on stage. Each contestant will be representing the no'eau, the skill they have been trained to do on that stage in the hula performance, in the hula steps, in the hula motions, in the costumes, in the adornments. What we will see is no'eau, the skill that represents each and every halau.
Kumu, we understand that the Hawaiian language has almost like had another renaissance of sorts. Yeah, you're starting to see a lot more of our Miss Aloha Hula contestants speaking the language more fluidly. A lot of them are actually, I guess you could say manaleo because they're growing up speaking the language. Does that make a difference in their performances when they're doing oli or when they're presenting themselves on stage?
I think the Olelo Hawaii is a great part of the hula. You cannot separate Olelo Hawaii from the hula. They are one and the same because the halau, the school of learning, not only teaches hula, it teaches history, the mo'o olelo. It teaches traditions, the mo'o meheo Hawaii. It teaches the olelo Hawaii. And so pronunciation, but then also how the words connect to the motions and the steps. All of that represents, again, what comes from the kumu, the source, the kumu, the foundation. Everything coming from that source and foundation, tonight being represented on stage by the hula dancers. So this is really, really important. Olelo has a great part. Listen, when you chant a song, it's in the olelo. When you sing a song, it's in the olelo. And our kupuna se aya ika olelo keola, aya ika olelo ka make. And in that language there is life, and in that language there is death. What it tells us is that the language imparts a great deal of mana, authority and power.
Ooh, chicken skin.
To
Thank
the
you so much.
performance, yes.
You know, it's not Wednesday, but we have our Wisdom Wednesday, so it's,
Wisdom Tuesday.
Thursday,
It's
yeah.
okay. Oh, yeah. Today's Thursday.
Today's Thursday, Miss Aloha Hula competition tonight, and I just want to thank you, Kumu, again for being. He's gonna be back with us. He's our in-house Kumu for our our Island News and our Island Life Live. And beautiful Lole, he creates these wonderful designs himself and sews these himself. Just amazingly talented.
Remember now, that was a long time ago. McInerney's and Liberty House. I was a fashion designer working with Mr. Von Ham from Von Ham Textiles.
Wow.
So much history.
Yes.
I love it. Mo Olelo lives with Kumu Kawaikapu Hewett.
100%.